Welcome back to the Bowski Bros, everybody. Taylor Swift is back, and Toy Story is now apparently in the NFL. So let's talk about it.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome back to the Bowski Bros podcast, everyone. This is an NFL podcast for the average bro. Welcome home, you average bitches. Back here with Tim and Johnny, the Packer fans, and no Viking fans in sight. Can't find them.
Can't hear us, but we're looking for them.
Can't find them anywhere. Anyway, we had week 4 of the NFL season, and our squad got ass clapped by the Detroit Lions.
Jesus Christ. Good thing it wasn't a December game. Imagine getting ass clapped.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Just kidding.
We did. But you know what? If we would have started the season and said, end of week 4, going into week 5,
Yeah.
we're 2-2.
Yeah.
Would you have had a good feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
This is kind of what we what the overall expectation was.
Yeah.
So far, we're sitting where people kind of saw us.
Like if we were 1-3 or 1-4, I'd be like, fuck. That'd be like the worst case,
I
obviously.
feel,
But
I
like
feel
if we were
like-
3-1, if we were 3-1 though, I'd be like, man, this is going way better than I thought it would. Like 2-2 is like perfect, happy, kind of medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good.
I totally get what you're saying. I think if the Packers, anybody, if we were 0-4, 1-3, or 2-2, most of the world would say they're where I thought they'd be. I think the only place people would be surprised is if we were 4-0.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
So there's kind of a whole plethora where people expected us to be, and we have fallen within one of those, which is 500 through 4 games, and that's okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Because there's been things that are good with the Green Bay Packers. There's been things that are bad. And I don't know. It's just there wasn't a ton of expectation. I'm talking here like the season is over, but
Right.
but I think you get what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're just kind of a retrospective on
Yes.
the 2023 season.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It kind of feels like it's been a while since I've thought about Packers because we had a Thursday night game.
Yeah,
Did
no
we
kidding.
talk over the weekend at all?
I'm sure we did.
So
You called me Thursday night, like
Maybe
third,
I was
fourth
talking to my
quarter,
dad
and
about this,
and asked me
but-
how drunk I was.
yeah, that was a tough night.
You were talking to your dad?
Yeah, and it's like, we start off the season in Chicago,
Hot.
hot. We look good, right?
Well, Chicago, but yes.
I mean, right. But like I don't want to call it a blowout, but like it was, one of those games where we had it.
Yeah.
Next game, start off hot again and blow it at the end, right? Next game, start off dog shit, right? We're nowhere to be found, and then we come alive in the fourth quarter and miraculously win. And then last week was just a thorough ass beating.
Yeah.
And it's like every imaginable way to play a game, like every end of the spectrum, we've covered that in those 4 games.
Yeah.
And I think it's not like one is better than the other, or in terms of like wins and losses. Like losses suck, wins are great, right? But like if you look forward and you hear like what Jordan Love talks about, like the game is like we're getting better. He's like we're right there. Like they know that they have some work to do, right? Like they're not happy being 2-2, right? And they're like, this team is going to get better. That's the only way I see this going. Like I don't think Jordan Love and the Packers are gonna like fall into this like, God, we got our asses handed by Detroit. Like that's the way it's gonna go. We're not gonna end like 3-14. Like we've seen what they can do. Like when they play really well, they're good. Like they're not the best team in the league, obviously, but like they can compete, right? Like Detroit's proved that that Thursday night game was a proving point for both of us. For us, it was like if we win this game, we're going to prove that like we belong, like we are here, you know? And for Detroit, for Detroit, it was like, we have to win this game or we're going to be considered kind of frauds, right? And like, cause we do belong up here, Detroit, right? Like I think after seeing what they've done in the last few weeks, it's like, yeah, they're fucking good. Like they beat Kansas City, beat us. Who else did they beat? They lost to Seattle, right? But they beat the Falcons. So like they're legit. Like I don't mind. I want to say I like the Lions going forward, but like, yeah, they're going to be there towards the end, I think.
You don't think they'll Detroit at some point?
I don't
You're not feeling it. Yeah.
Not now. Like the way that they play, they look legit. Like they're gonna get Jamison Williams back too. I don't know. What do you think about Detroit?
I agree with you. Yeah.
You don't see a Detroit's gonna Detroit moment coming?
I don't know. I right now no.
Yeah.
You know, right now no. You lost against Seattle, but whatever. Everybody loses a game.
Do you think, moving forward, looking at this division, what do you think is more probable just after the first 4 weeks, right? Green Bay kind of gaining back control of their team and Detroit kind of getting in a little bit of a lull and ultimately Green Bay overtaking Detroit? Or do you see that battle for second and third kind of being, you know, between the Vikings and the Packers being tighter than the Packers and Lions?
My answer is probably biased, but I honestly believe that it's going to be a battle between Green Bay and Detroit all season for the number one in the NFC North.
Okay. So, I mean, you mentioned it earlier. Later.
Here you are again.
But you know, that game against the Vikings and the Panthers, you know, they're down 13-7. And they force a fumble as a DJ Wonham picks it up and scoop and score.
Takes the lead.
And you said, you know, that's a game that could one play
that's
could
a season change
your season.
Yeah.
You know, and I hearken back to the first play of the opening day last year with the Packers. Like that play with Watson hits that could have set the tempo for our season.
Yes.
You know? Obviously it didn't happen, but I mean, yeah. Carolina was driving. They didn't look like they were playing. I honestly didn't watch a whole lot of that game. Mostly because I just didn't give a shit. And I was, you know, whatever. But I mean, did it kind of seem like Carolina at that point, you know, they're up by a touchdown, they're up by 6. Did it kind of seem like they had control of the game?
They had complete control of the game.
Because that was with 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, so up until that point, Carolina had control of the entire game. Yep. And maybe the score didn't reflect it, you know, because it was only a one possession game, but they 100% had the control of the game for 3 quarters. And that play is what flipped the script. And then it's almost like the Vikings just found their footing and the rest is history. They win the game.
So they end up winning 21-13.
Yep.
I did watch the end of it. It didn't really seem like Carolina, once they were down by 8, it's like, yeah, you're not.
Yep, it was done.
But what's ironic, so Kirk's been playing out of his mind statistically, right? And they're not
MVP numbers,
like on pace. Like everything I see is like on pace to set the record in passing yards, touchdowns, everything, and go 0-17. It's like, okay, well that's probably not going to happen. But
yeah.
Let me read you this. So, did the Vikings win the game where Kirk was 33 of 44 for 344 yards and 2 touchdowns? Did they win that game?
No.
Did the Vikings win the game where Kirk Cousins was 31 of 44 for 364 yards and 4 touchdowns? No, they didn't. Mm-hmm. Did the Vikings win the game where Kirk was 32 of 50, 367 yards and 3 touchdowns? No. The answer is no. I have one more question for you.
Okay.
Did the Vikings win the game where Kirk was 12 for 19, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions?
Yep.
The answer is yes.
They finally got on the board.
Kirk Cousins is the problem. He's playing too good.
He needs to play worse.
God.
And then the Vikings will win games.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I thought for sure the Vikings were going to lose that game because Minnesota's driving just like they've been doing. and Kirk in the first drive throws a 99-yard pick six. The fucking 1 yard line throws a pick six. And I thought we were going to be having the same conversation tonight where it's turnovers lose the game for the Vikings, but
my favorite was the hottest take of the Cousins Crusaders was the Vikings having to wear purple had Kirk so hot and delirious that the pick six wasn't his fault. What was Kirk supposed to do?
Yeah.
He's on the road. He's thinking he's going to be in a white uniform.
Yeah.
But he's not. That wasn't his fault, Johnny.
Of course. Kirk is Jesus Christ himself.
What a hilarious, everything is Kirk's fault.
Yeah.
If it goes bad.
Shit.
But if it goes well, Kirk just did what he was doing. It's not
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It goes back to your comment last week. You don't want to say Vikings fans are dumb. However,
I never said that.
No,
I never said that.
No, you said I
didn't want to say that.
I don't want to say they're dumb.
And I didn't say that they're dumb.
Yeah.
I didn't call them stupid or dumb or idiotic or anything.
We're saying Vikings fans aren't dumb. Oh, boy. I know. I honestly believe it'll come down to the Packers and the Lions. And again, we're week 4, which is, we've added a week to the NFL season, but roughly a quarter of the way through the season. Okay, so after 25%, that's my opinion. We still got a whole 75 to go, so we'll see what happens.
Yep. Well, what we do know moving forward is that David Bakhtiari will not be on the field.
Get rid of him.
Now, I know he's on the IR, but I don't think he's on the season-ending IR. I think he's on the 4-week.
Who fucking cares?
He just had orthoscopic or whatever the fuck you call it, microscopic surgery on his knee. Again.
He just. Dude hasn't fucking played consistently since 2019.
Now, this does kind of put to bed the whole turf
Yes.
thing, right? The turf talk,
Yep.
which, for the longest time, he's like, this has nothing to do with the turf. This is a knee. This is my knee. And it's okay.
My knee.
And now it's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you had to get another surgery, that's not your, coup or whatever. That's not part of your mission to take down the league and tear out all the turf fields. So I get it. Okay. Wish he was healthy. It's just not.
I agree. I wish he was healthy too. But at what point do you keep paying somebody to not play football?
Yeah.
I get your argument from a couple weeks ago where you're like, hey, if you get him for whatever percentage of the season it is, I'd rather have him out there for that time than...
Yeah, David Bakhtiari 70% of the time is better than David Bakhtiari 0% of the time.
Yeah.
That's obvious. But yeah, there's a whole other
that was
ship out there.
Super evident on Thursday night.
Oh yeah. And what's funny is they've been playing great all year. Zach Tom has been playing great. Rasheed Walker was kind of a nice surprise the last couple of weeks. Then they got fucking bitch slapped at the line all fucking night.
That's the worst
on both sides of the ball.
That is the worst offensive line play I've seen from the Packers since I can remember.
They've been consistently grading. PFF have them ranked as the number 1 O-line going into week 4.
We've had a great O-line. We're just notoriously for the past handful of years.
They played so bad on Thursday night against the Lions that their number 1 grade going into week 3, so including all weeks 1 through 4, weeks 1 through 3, they were number 1. Weeks 1 through 4, they're negative fucking 4.5, which is gosh. They were in the positive 3s. And I don't want to get into gradings, but that's a big flip.
Yep.
They're basically in the bottom 4 right now. They played so bad. And it was, I don't know, it was you guys, this happened last year. I know we're young and we have a lot of new guys, but there were guys on that team last year that are on this team this year. And it sucked to lose to Detroit at home to end your season when you had a chance to keep going on.
Yeah.
This sucked more than that. Brutally honest.
Oh yeah.
This was more, not, they both sucked. This was more embarrassing.
Oh, for sure.
I felt ashamed for a while. It was
yeah.
I turned the TV up. I mean, you and I both said, it's we're going to watch the rest of the game. But that gave me no inspiration
moving
forward. That's why it's like, all right, we're 2-2. Yeah, that's where we thought we were going to be.
Yeah. Well, no, I get that. Well, it didn't. In the other games, even the loss to Atlanta, we saw things where we're like, okay, Packers are, they're young, but look at this and this play and that play, and Jordan Love did this and so did this. It's just there wasn't a lot of that in this game against the Lions outside of, again, the fourth quarter, like we did against the Saints, coming back in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked as though the Packers might do
hope.
it again. So there was signs of hope and productivity for the remainder of the season and moving forward, but it was just too little too late.
So stop me if you've heard this before, but we were rolling, right?
Yeah.
It looked like we had a chance to kind of come back up until the point Quay Walker had a stupid unsportsmanlike penalty called on him to turn a field goal into a touchdown.
Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
Yeah.
Quay Walker had a stupid penalty call on him at the end of a game in the past.
Yeah, we've done this dance before. However, Quay Walker seems like he's a different player.
I mean, he totally redeemed himself with the pick six and was it week 1 or week 2 or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I get it. We can't. I absolved him of his sins.
You absolutely did. You texted me when he got that pick six against the Bears. You said that wipes away any frustration that I had with him.
But now it's back. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what's kind of frustrating about that, though, is like, he's just trying to make a play. Like,
yeah.
But it's like, dude, it was a fucking chip shot. Like, that really is only effective, like, on I don't even know how long that one was, but like, the closer you are, the higher you can kick it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just seemed like it wasn't worth the risk. Definitely wasn't worth the reward, as we saw.
Yeah.
Because like, if they would have scored just a field goal, we would have been down by, 2 or 10 or whatever. We were 8. I don't know what the fuck it was.
No, we would have been down by. I don't remember, but it would have.
Did it go from a 1 possession game to a 2 possession, or was it 2 to 3?
It went from,
one of those.
It went from 2 to 3.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
It kind of sealed any hope that we had to get the ball back and make something happen.
Yes.
Right. And it's like, at that point in the game, just play the odds. And I don't know if that's him jumping over the line like that. Is that something that he takes on himself, or is that something that Bisaccia says, hey, let's go for this one? Because it sure as hell seemed like he was at fault, because on the sidelines, Matt LaFleur was in his ass about that.
Yep.
Like, you could see the, what the fuck are you doing on LaFleur's mouth?
Well, oh yeah. Well, it took away any momentum that we had.
Yeah. But
right.
Who do you think that, do you think that him jumping is a Quay Walker decision or a coaching decision?
That was probably a him decision.
Yeah.
I feel like Quay Walker is the person who would take that into his own hands.
Yeah. Well, and that's just part of the youth.
That is part of the youth. However, and I'm not in the NFL, so I don't really need to know it, I guess. But when did jumping over?
It's because he touched him.
Oh, he touched
his
the players.
Foot touched him.
So
because I saw a play later in the day, or in a different game, where someone just clear jumped over the center. You just can't touch them in any way.
So
the center.
So on a field goal attempt, you can jump over as long as you do not touch the opposing team.
Right, because in theory, you could just jump on like their back and then just like leap into the air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, you'll likely be in the path of the ball.
Has that always been a penalty?
I don't know if always,
because I feel
but it's definitely been a penalty for a while. It's different though. Sometimes they call it different things.
Is it like that just on kicks, or is that like every play?
Just on kicks. Because
I feel like if you go back to like Troy Polamalu, like he was notorious for timing the snap perfectly, and he would leap over the offensive line and get sacked right off the snap.
But he would do it like with the quarterback under center.
Yeah.
So it's like, at that point, it's just good timing.
Yeah.
Because like, if you're a center, then you're just like, you see him coming, you're like, all right, well, I'm going to not snap it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's when you do see that, though, it's the play clock is like hitting 0, and they're like, all right, well, you have to snap it. So I'm going to go now,
Yeah.
So they avoid the offsides. Anyways, so Quay Walker's stupid penalty. And like, I don't think we're sitting here saying if that didn't happen, we would have fucking won. Like, probably not. I mean, we certainly had some momentum going, but I don't know if it was enough to overcome that.
The hole we had already dug.
Especially because, like, in the Lions game versus the Saints game, it kind of seemed like even the first 3 quarters, we were down 17-0 against the Saints. It didn't seem like we were being, like, physically dominated. You know, it just kind of seemed like things weren't really going our way. We couldn't really complete anything. A lot of 3 and outs, shit like that. Am I recalling that right?
Yeah.
But like, this just seemed like we were just getting lucky when things were going well because we were just not prepared, or like we had no will to play. It seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, it was all any good play we did have came in the second half, right? It was that hole was dug way too deep to begin with, and that's the theme I'm getting from the Packers over the past couple weeks, or even so far this season, is they're just slow out the gate.
Yeah.
They're not, it's either second half play or fourth quarter play where they're really coming alive. And when you're playing an offense like the Lions, that cannot be your football team, right? You're going to lose a lot of football games if you can't figure shit out until the third or the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Well, and like, that's coaching.
Yeah.
Right? 100%. And like, another thing when I think about...
how does that... Why doesn't that change, though? Like I'm saying, like, if you know that's... and maybe it will, right? Like we just said, we have 25% of the season under our belt. There's still a lot of football left to play. But if it is coaching, why isn't that already like, we got to come out, we got to start hot. We're going to come out, we're going to do this. Or we're...
I think offensively and defensively, it's a different discussion, right? Like, offensively, what I didn't understand is, like, the Lions just came off a 7-sack game, right? Like, their front's good. Like, you need to attack them. You can't drop back. Like, we didn't hear Aaron Jones' name rushing the ball until like midway through the second quarter or something. It's like
so fucking bothersome.
Like Sam texted us, like, you guys ran the ball like what, maybe 20 times, and like Detroit ran it 43 times.
And when we ran the ball, it wasn't even fucking Aaron Jones.
No, it wasn't. It was either AJ Dillon or
AJ Dillon getting either a yard or -2 yards.
Yeah, like they were just in our ass. But like it was like shotgun throws and like deep developing routes, and it's like, you guys, this isn't the game that we can play right now. Like, we have to tailor it to them. So like that's the offensive side of the ball. It's like, I think it was a little bit of just strategy.
Yeah.
Right. Like you wanted to play a game that you thought you could play like your game, but like you have to tailor it to the defense a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Defensively, we have the guys. Like, we absolutely have the guys to make the plays, right? Like, I think...
Yeah, we have talent.
I think it's a lot of like what we saw against the Saints game is like, we're playing a lot of like soft, like shell defense. It's like, we need to get up on the line. We need to play man defense, and we need to let our corners cook, because those guys are probably like I mean, like, who's our best defensive group that we have? It's our corners, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's our corners and like maybe our edge rushers when everyone's healthy and
edge
fighting.
rushers when
right?
When you
like
have
when
them
everyone's
play.
there,
yeah.
and but like, we're gonna get Eric Stokes back, and like we're gonna, Rasul Douglas is playing, I think, pretty well. Jair's kind of not playing all that great, but he hasn't really played a whole lot either.
Yeah.
So hopefully his injury is not lingering. But like, Eric Stokes comes back, that dude can ball. Like, we're gonna keep having that talent at DB and like, corner. It's like, let's fucking play some more aggressive defense.
Well, I think what we're learning with the Green Bay Packers this season, and because of so much youth, is you have to have and utilize your stars in every single game. Aaron Jones has to get the ball. Jair Alexander, I don't want to say has to be in the game, but we've lost since we haven't had him.
Right.
Defensively. Mm-hmm. So it's those veterans that we do have in the locker room. The Packers need to be utilizing them. And I get Jair Alexander, if you have an injury, you can't play. But Aaron Jones was healthy. That's the one thing I will not be able to get over in that Lions game, is the fact that you are not fucking feeding him the ball all game long.
Right.
Give him the ball.
And like, if he's not 100%, don't fucking play him.
Yeah. And
like, but that's what I hate, is like trying to get guys touches because they need to get their touches. It's like, if they're not fucking ready to play, don't play them.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was the case with Aaron Jones. Like he was almost a go for the Saints game.
Yep.
Right. And then this last week, it's like, it's just didn't fucking get him the ball. And get your best players the ball. Another guy we were super excited to see, Chris Watson. What the fuck did he do on Thursday?
I mean, got a touchdown pass.
But like they didn't get him a lot.
Right. Other than that,
the one touchdown.
he certainly didn't get me my 40 fucking yards in Prize Picks. So
let's not talk about Prize Picks, 'cause we both lost our ass last weekend. But hey,
oh gosh, I was getting super just like ornery during the Sunday Night Football game. And it wasn't because of that, right? Like, it wasn't because of Prize Picks. Like, my kids were just obviously doing something annoying. I'm going to blame it on them 100% of the time. But Hannah, literally, I'm getting a little ornery, and she goes, "How much did you bet?" I'm like, "What the fuck you say to me? What?" She's like, "You're acting like so angry. How much money did you bet?" I'm like, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to end up okay at the end of this game." Still, fucking Travis Kelce, catch that touchdown pass.
It's not how much you bet. It's how much you could have won.
It's how much. Yes. It's never about how much you bet. It's about
and it's
how
always,
much you
I only
could
lost
have won.
$5.
Yeah. I only
That's
lost
it.
I only
That's
lost $5. Okay. Okay, $5. $5. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we can move on from the Packers here, but as a Packers fan, I don't think you're not sounding any alarms after losing to the Detroit Lions. And even if we continue to lose, right? Okay, I understand it's the whole let's bandage ourselves before we even get the cut. But even if you continue to lose, that's kind of what was expected of the Packers this season. I personally don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to be jawing it out with the Lions till week 18 for first place.
Okay.
On the flip side of the NFC North, fuck the Chicago Bears, dude. What an embarrassing loss against the Denver Broncos. And I absolutely love it. I love it.
This is Johnny right here. The scoreboard.
Yes.
14 seconds left in the third quarter. Chicago's up 28-7. Final score 31-28. Broncos country. Let's ride. What's so funny about this game is Justin Fields actually played pretty
tore
fucking
it
good.
up. He had great stats in this game.
Let's see, what was he again? 28-35.
Yep.
80% completion percentage. 334 yards and 4 touchdowns. He had one, but even though he played his best game as a pro, he had a game-changing fumble and ultimately the game-sealing interception. So I think Chicago Bear fans must have felt real good up until the point where they got that 14. That when they got to 14, it was like, oh boy, it's gonna be a long game.
I didn't watch the game, and you didn't watch it either, but I checked stats throughout all games, and for the first quarter at least, Justin Fields is 158.3 passer rating, perfect.
Yeah,
on the money.
He was like 9 for 9 with 110 yards and some. Yeah,
just looked perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, it is fun to be a fucking Bears fan, man, ain't it?
So they blew a 28-7 lead. That makes it now 14 losses in a row, in which every single one of those games, John, in the last 14 games, they've given up at least how many? What do you think the minimum points allowed by them is in the last 14 games?
The minimum points
allowed?
Oh, it's got to be 24 points minimum.
25.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's the least amount of points they've given up. So they've been outscored 468 to 205, which equates to about 34-20. So they've been losing every game on average by 2 touchdowns for the last 14 games. But if you're a Bears fan, here's what you have to look forward to next year. With the first pick in the 2023 draft or 2024 draft, the Chicago Bears select whoever the fuck they're going to select. And then You get to hear with the second pick in the 2024 NFL draft, the Chicago Bears select. They have the first 2 picks of the draft next year, as it stands right now.
As it stands right now,
because they get the pick from Carolina.
Yep.
So come on, fucking Minnesota. You couldn't have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They'll just trade them away.
You couldn't have lost that game. Move the pick from Carolina back a little further.
Yeah.
Then they'd have like the first and third pick, but
they'll trade him away for Justin Jefferson. Oh wait, his deal's done after this year, isn't he? They don't have him on a new contract. Hey Chicago,
you suck.
Hey, all you Bears fans out there, man, Justin Fields was just lighting it up yesterday, right? Just that perfect pass rating, throwing all them TD passes. God, just look, money, baby, money.
So good.
28-7, and you lose 31-28. And I just have one thing to say to the entire Chicago Bears fan base.
Go Pack, go!
Fuck Chicago.
Fuck the Bears. You know what, though? I wouldn't mind seeing them go. I don't care if they get the first pick in the draft.
Who cares?
0-17. They're going to go 1-17 again next year.
Let them rot and burn, dude.
Let them rot in hell.
There you go. There's the NFC North. We had our first over-the-pond game yesterday. Jacksonville and Atlanta Falcons played in London. And I wanted to bring this up because for those of you that didn't see it, the NFL, boy, brand new, brought us into Andy's bedroom, and we had a fucking Toy Story broadcast of the Jags and Falcons game, which I didn't watch the broadcast, but I've seen clips all over TikTok of it. And I know you looked some up, so I'm going to ask because I don't understand how it's even possible. Like how what they were trying to do with this Toy Story broadcast, right? Obviously, they want to get kids involved watching the NFL. But it literally looked like it was just simultaneous, side-by-side, live. The toys were playing exactly how the players were playing on the field.
Yeah, I mean, so how did they do that? They use, little microchips, and they put them in the football, and they put them in each player's padding. So,
and through that, you are able to have a live Toy Story broadcast of the game.
Exactly. So you can real-time animation showing what's going on in the game.
That is wild.
And yeah, I mean, they've done this before with, I guess just in general, like the Nickelodeon thing was kind of the last or the first, like
that wasn't animation.
But that wasn't animated.
Yeah,
that was just like the theme of the game. That the banners and the tickers and all that shit were Nickelodeon theme. But they've done this in a hockey game before.
Well, they have.
Yeah, last year, so just last season, they did it. It was the Big City Greens was the theme, that Disney show, and it was a hockey game against the Caps and the Rangers.
Okay.
And what I read from Disney was that was really difficult because all of the players in a hockey game are more or less doing the same motions.
Yeah.
But just kind of like in different orientations.
Yeah.
Like it didn't look that great as it presented.
Mm-hmm.
But with football, you have, people kind of facing a certain way.
It's pretty uniform. Yeah.
It's pretty uniform, but it's unique enough where like linemen are doing different things than like cornerbacks and defensive backs. So like what they're doing is different and they can kind of present it that way.
Yeah.
So there were a few plays, where it was like, it'd be like a long pass. And they'd kind of like pan way or zoom way out. So they're not, I don't know, is that the right term? Zooming out. So
pan out.
It'd be like way far away, the actual catch, and then they would just kind of say the result because they couldn't get that detailed with it, So you'd look at it and you'd be like, I don't fucking is that a catch or not? Like the ball kind of just hit the ground and you'd be like, oh, did they catch it? And then like they'd grab the ball and it's like, oh yeah, it's touchdown.
Yeah. Okay.
The ball's on the ground. But then there were other plays where like they showed a side by side. The best one was a scramble by Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Kind of was under some pressure and moved out to the left and juked a guy and kind of went downfield. But that one looked good. So like there were some good things and there were some bad things. So it was like a separate broadcast. So it wasn't like what they did with the Nickelodeon where it's like kind of the same thing. And they just put the theme over it. So they had Booger McFarland and Drew Carter were commenting on the game.
So they literally had commentators.
Yeah. And like, I don't know a lot of what they said, but like, I know what they said a lot was like, we're having some difficulties, some technical difficulties. And it's like, okay, we get it.
That's going to happen. Yeah.
Like the people that are watching that game aren't watching it for like fantasy football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, my kids and my wife were watching it, and like,
you're still able to follow the score. They're going to update it. Like,
right. It's just on,
Yep.
Like their experience of that game was probably similar to how they experienced, not my wife, but like my kids, like how they experience the actual game.
Yeah.
Like they know it's on, people are moving around.
Couldn't tell you what's going on really.
But like,
yeah.
This is just more shapes that they know.
It's on though, but it would pass if all you wanted to know was the game clock, the quarter you're in, the score. Like it would pass as an actual broadcast.
Yeah, just don't watch the plays and like what actually happens to the football because you don't know. But it was funny. I mean, they played in Andy's room,
which is awesome,
which is so cool. And I think they picked Toy Story because, like when Toy Story 5 comes out next year, the year after, it's like, I'm going to be so excited about that because I grew up on Toy Story, right? Just like I was for the last, all of them.
And you love Tom Hanks.
And I love Tom Hanks. And and my kids like Toy Story too. So it's like, that's why they picked this as the theme, right? Because like if they would have picked like Encanto or, some other Disney something, it'd be like cool for the kids, but like the parents would be like, yeah, kids, you like that? But like, I like Toy Story. So like it was enjoyable for me. So the other thing they had was, the claw. The claw
would move the ball.
The claw would move the ball or drop it into place.
Slinky Dog was my favorite.
Slinky was the chains, which was perfect for that.
Yeah.
And like after like a touchdown, they do like a little line dance with like Woody and the other characters. It was cute. I don't know.
So maybe you don't know, but they go as far as like the chain gang was wearing chips inside their clothing, or
that I don't know.
They just figured out where the ball was.
They could probably figure that out and just say like, okay, the ball's on the 25.
Yeah.
Put it here on the 25.
Get 'em up
the
there.
end of Slink's going to be on the 35.
The end of Slink's going to be on the 30. It's perfect.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think it's awesome.
But yeah, it was cool. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it was cool and it wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
So it's like, are they going to invest money to do it better? Or are they going to find other ways to present the game to different audiences?
Yeah. And what are they broadcasting on? Like what?
It was on ESPN Plus.
Okay.
This was. Yeah.
And they own the rights to Disney.
Yep,
so
ESPN owns Disney. Yep.
I mean Disney, yeah. So they own the rights to Toy Story.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think was it just something cute and fun, or is the NFL trying to get kids more involved and starting your fan base early?
Yeah. So the NFL is trying to get into,
a few things.
Right now. Toy Story obviously expanding to like young children.
Yeah.
And then obviously Taylor Swift. Yeah, they're making things happen.
Dude, if the NFL, if you lock down the Swiftie fan base and you lock down the Disney watching kids of the world, unstoppable.
Fucking Taylor Swift.
Disney's going to buy the NFL pretty soon.
You think so?
That'd
be fucking wild.
Disney's going to be, if not already, the largest monopoly on the planet at some point.
They're pretty big.
They own everything.
Yeah. You ever been to Disney World?
Yeah, I went to Disney World, never as an adult. So I went with...
Very different as an adult, let me tell you.
I'm sure.
In good ways, but also some shitty ways.
Good and bad.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it as a kid when I didn't have to pay for anything and I didn't even know how paying for shit worked. So it was really fun at that point. I don't know that I'd ever want to go if I was the one fronting the bill. So
well, yeah. So you know who I prefer to go with then?
Your parents?
My parents.
Just go with mom and dad.
They take care of your bar tab. They take care of
Yeah,
your
there you go.
admission to Disney. No, it's good. It's our family does Disney. Like we like Disney.
Yeah,
World
you're
and Disneyland.
frequent Disney flyers.
I wouldn't say frequent. Maybe once a year. Like the last.
That's frequent.
But that's like the last October we went to Disney World, and in June we went to Disneyland. But like that's the closest trips we've ever taken. Usually they're like 2 years apart. So this was a little bit more like Disney overload the last year or so. But yeah, we enjoy it. The kids like it. Our older kids are at the age where they actually like going on roller coasters. So for them, we can just be like, go fucking do what you want. And
How many do you actually go on?
Depends on the park. Depends on the kind of passes you have, But what's frustrating with the kids is like the first park we went to this last time, they were kind of like, I don't really want to go anything in. Like, and then the end of the day, they went on something, and they're like, "Can we keep going?" It's like, dude, you guys, it's like 10:30 at night now. Like, you couldn't have fucking realized this at 9 a.m. when we got here.
Yep.
But
I remember when we went to Disney, the Disney World, the one and only time I was there, we were staying at the campground, so it was literally camper.
Yeah.
And we took a boat over to, I think we did the Magic Kingdom, and this is how much I know it. I don't remember the other one that it was like the Tower of Terror or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Hollywood Studios or whatever.
Something. Yeah. I don't even remember what it was. So we did that, but it wasn't until we got to Magic Kingdom where it was like, shit, dude, like that Magic Kingdom was a fun time. And what was cool about it is they kept the park open late for the people who were staying at the campground. So we were literally on rides till maybe I'm not remembering it right. I was a kid, but it literally felt like it was after midnight, like, and there was hardly anybody there but us.
That's perfect.
Yeah, running around having a blast. No, it's a core memory.
So we grew up with Valley Fair, right?
Yeah.
Around here. And like that's cool. But like it's not that great. I don't know. I feel like there's more like exciting rides there, but
yeah.
It just feels like you're at like a shitty carnival with like good rides. Like the food's expensive, it's not great. And it's just I don't know. They have a nice water park though.
Disney?
No, Valley Fair.
Oh, Valley Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney's, I think Disney. I've never been to Blizzard Beach, but I've heard it's pretty sweet.
That's what it's called, Blizzard Beach.
Yeah.
No, Disney. Valley Fair is good for Valley Scare.
Yes. But is it the best?
No, it is not.
What is the best? Johnny? If you could recommend any Halloween themed, whether it's a hayride or a haunted house, or maybe it's all of them, where would you recommend you go to get your Halloween thrills this fall?
The Dead End Hayride in Wyoming, Minnesota.
Pretty good, huh?
100%. I wouldn't recommend anything above it.
I love that place.
So do I.
And like the cool thing about that place too is like you can go during the day, like with your kids.
Pumpkin patch.
And they got all that
family
shit.
Friendly.
Petting zoo, playground, all that crap. And then at night. Awesome.
At night, it is fantastic.
So what do they have? Paint me a picture of the Dead End Hayride.
If you are looking for something fun to do this fall during the spooky season of October, which we are now officially in, and you find yourself on a cool evening wanting to be scared, make your way up or down to Wyoming, Minnesota for the Dead End Hayride. Buy your tickets ahead of time. Come when it's dark. Come when it's cool. You will wait in a line like no other. You will be entertained from the moment you step in till the moment you leave. You will hop onto a hayride where you will be drugged into a mysterious, dark, and spooky forest with creatures lurking around every corner that will jump onto the hayride and scare you throughout. Furnished or displayed are many different sets throughout this hayride. You go through cemeteries full of skeleton heads. You go through old western towns where people are being hung alive and flames are flying. And then you are dropped off in the middle of the woods where you will hopefully find your way back through a array of haunted houses filled with creatures unknown of. And many, I'm trying to do my best here. I don't know.
I don't know why you're still going.
I love the Dead End Hayride so much.
It's pretty fantastic. And the best part that you mentioned, Johnny, was Come when it's cool.
Come when it's cool, baby.
So I was just looking up the forecast. Tomorrow's our last day
of 80 fucking degrees
of
in
80
October.
degree heat, which we can keep talking about the Dead End Hayride, but can you believe that they canceled the Twin Cities Marathon this weekend because of heat?
Oh, for real?
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
It's all over. It was an absolute shit show.
Did we
from
forget
like an
how
organizational, like it was 86 degrees
and they
maybe,
canceled it.
And like, granted, it was super humid, but like leading up to this event, they were bragging about how much staff they had and how much medical staff they had to accommodate all the runners. And they're sending out updates that say, well, we might, we have the ability to cancel at any time. And it's like they canceled an hour and a half before the race.
Holy shit.
So like people, like, it's a marathon. So like, and it's a big cities marathon. I don't know what qualifiers it gets you into, but like people probably flew in or drove in from afar, right? To run in it. And it's like to cancel it that close.
Yeah, that's rough.
The heat though, it's like 85 fucking degrees. Like I know we live in Minnesota and we kind of prefer the cold, cooler weather, but
we've dealt with humidity
not
before.
85.
Yeah.
Come on. What a fucking debacle. But yeah, after that, 85, one more day. 60. I don't even see a 7. I don't even see anything in the 70s.
No 7s.
That's when I think of Dead End Hayride.
Oh yeah.
I just think of like, it like makes me think of like high school and like you're with your buddies, like maybe you have some girls with you and it's like kind of cool. And like, it's just perfect. Like it's
100%.
That's why October is the best month.
I love it.
Right?
You want to go this year?
Maybe.
Dead End Hayride?
Can I take my 3-year-old?
Shit.
Strap her in her like baby Bjorn and walk her through the haunted house.
Yeah, she might really like it.
You think?
No,
not at night. But bring her during the day.
I will tell you right now. I already got my tickets because it's October and the 13th of October this year happens to fall on a Friday. So I'm 100% going to the Dead End Hayride on Friday the 13th in the month of October. That's like, I just full chub just even saying that. Okay. I love Halloween so unbelievably much.
Yeah. It is the best time of
And
year.
the Dead End Hayride is just the cherry on top of all of it that I look forward to every single year. I could gush about it for so long.
I could cry thinking about this time of year. No, probably not.
I could too.
There's
nothing better than fall in Minnesota.
I don't want to get too far out of ourselves. Like, I love Christmas too.
Other than anal. That might be better.
Halloween, anal, Christmas. Nah. Not necessarily in that order. But when I see those like nostalgic TikToks of like Christmas, like, do you remember like an early 2000s Christmas and you swipe through all the phones?
Yes,
it's like,
absolutely.
Oh, I want to go back to that time.
Dude, the Halloween ones are great too. You got the little pumpkin candy basket and like you're
Charlie Brown
walking around the neighborhood.
So cute.
It is. I don't know. I'm in the best mood this time of year.
Yeah, this was probably one of my least favorite like sports weekends for everything that happened. Right?
What all happened?
Well, just like the Packers losing, the Vikings winning.
You got the shit kicked out of you in fantasy.
Got the shit kicked out of me in fantasy football.
You're welcome.
Sucked.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And you lost,
for those who don't know,
a ton of money.
Do you want to brag a little bit? Do you want to?
Yeah. So I scored the most points in our league this week, and I was playing Tim.
And I'm undefeated. Well, not anymore.
I
was undefeated. I was in first place.
You were in first place, and I handed you your first loss, which I can't really brag that much because I was 1-2 going into this week. So now I'm going to be the same as Packers. What up, baby?
But you're not.
What are you talking about?
You're not 1-3.
Yeah, I'm not 1-3.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm saying I'm not happy about that.
I scored the most points, but to me, it feels like one of those weeks where every once in a while, you get one of those fantasy weeks where every single one of your players is just firing on all cylinders, and you walk away with, almost 170-point week.
So my only thing that I said to you was, I'm just glad that it wasn't a week that I scored, 100. What'd you score? 167?
166.
Like, I'm glad I didn't score 163.
Yeah, exactly.
But
second highest in the league and you lost. Yeah.
So I'm happy. I only scored I think I was near 100, around there. Maybe a little less. But do you think you wasted a week on me?
What are you talking about?
Do you think you scored too many? Do you think you used up too many of your team's points this last week? Moving forward, do you think that
if I'm going to beat anybody, I'd rather beat the projected winner of the league?
Oh, I didn't even look at that yet. I've been projected to come in first for the last 3 weeks, and I'm sure that's changed. Well, it'll update tomorrow. But
I'd much rather beat the guy who's on top, right?
Yeah.
I don't who do I want to beat? The guy who's 0-3 going into this week? Whoop-de fucking do. No, I'd rather knock the king off his throne. That's what I'd rather do.
That's right. I'm the king of the throne.
Not anymore. Not anymore, motherfucker.
But I'm still better than you. That is another thing. Okay, I know you have Who Knows It Better. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Did we do Who Knows It Better yet?
Nope. That's coming up here in a little bit. Everybody is Who Knows It Better.
So you're better than me at Who Knows It Better. But this week it's going to change, right? I'm going to beat you.
On Who Knows It Better?
On Who Knows It Better.
I guess people who stick around for the next...
Or will I beat you?
For those who stick around for the rest of this episode, we'll find out.
That's what they call a tease in the biz.
Yes. We may or may not have already recorded the Who Knows It Better portion of this episode.
And I may or may not have won or lost.
Yeah.
Or tied. Or not won or lost. Or maybe I didn't,
Or pleaded the fifth to every single question asked. I guess you'll find out on Who Knows It Better. Is that a good segue into Who Knows It Better? Let's do that, everybody. It is now time for one of the most electric segments here on the Bowski Bros podcast. You have finally made it. Welcome. It is our treat to present to you Who Knows It Better.
Who Knows It Better?
Who Knows It Better? This is part of the show where we like to play a game. We have a host. We have some participants playing. And there is 5 questions within a topic. We go through, write down our answers of those 5 questions, and we go back through and see who got the most right. Hosting this week is not Tim's wife, Amanda. It is Tim himself hosting, and I will be playing against our special guest, famous actress, rapper, and singer, Donna Elaine Owens, also known as Queen Latifah. What's up, Queen Latifah?
I had no idea where you were going with that one.
That's my favorite part of the night. I sit across from Johnny and he's got the name in his head and I'm just like, what's he gonna say? What's he gonna say?
I'm literally bracing myself every time you introduce me.
Oh, good.
And I never know how to respond to it.
It is. What is she gonna be? Actually, it is Tim's wife, Amanda, who is back with us again, but this time she's playing as a contestant. She's not a host.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Happy to be here.
The Thunderdome. Okay, good. Jeez, are your ears bleeding yet, Amanda?
A little bit.
Oh, good. No, so one caca got sick of losing to me, and now we're going to see if I can kick the shit out of the other caca.
I pounded my fist and whined.
Yep.
Just like I do with everything. And now I'm the host.
That's good.
I didn't even think about that. That's not why I did. That's not really why this happened. Here's why we're doing this.
No.
The reason we're doing this is because I have not hosted, I hosted the first week. And Johnny, don't you dare play any noises over there.
I'm not.
Don't you take your fucking hand off that board. No, I wanted to even the playing field in terms of games played by each person. And at this point, I had played more games than Johnny. Right? No.
I mean, that's the way you...
Yeah, sure.
That's the way you drew it up.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's the actual reason, we'll never know.
Moving on.
Okay, so again, Tim, as the host tonight, has a topic that neither Amanda or myself know. However, I'm going to take a stab at a guess.
Yeah,
Amanda, I'll let you get a guess too. I'm going to say home decor.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Home decor.
My guess is going to be like fall.
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 Oh, it is October now. Damn it.
Spooky season, bitches.
Oh, I should have guessed something like that. Good guess, Amanda. Good guess.
Both good guesses.
Although home decor would also work for spooky season. So,
Sure.
It would.
Fall home decor.
yeah, fall home decor.
Let's not get too.
Did you see that TikTok I sent where it's like when the house is clean and the candles lit and the one dude's like, what did he say?
Like no one's home.
He's like, I fucking love this place.
We talked about that the other day.
Yeah,
Too.
it's true.
You clean the house, everything's quiet. You light a little candle.
You know, there's not really anything better than the house is clean, you've lit the candle, and it looks like nobody lives in the home, and you just smell in that candle and sit there in pride and peace.
God, I would love to come home to that tonight. After a long.
Don't get your hopes up.
Okay, both good guesses.
Okay.
Sorry, but they're
what
both
is it?
wrong. They're both wrong. It was my favorite non-football event this past weekend. It's always held around this time of the year.
Oh,
The Ryder
I know
Cup.
what it is.
Oh my gosh.
The Ryder
It's
Cup.
golf related, and Amanda's immediately going to win.
Not
I don't know about
necessarily.
that. I had some pretty good questions here. There's one I think she might have an edge on, but we will find out.
And that edge gives her the victory.
And that edge might give her the victory. All right. Are you guys
see.
ready? You guys ready to see who knows
Yes.
it better
Oh, I'm
when
ready.
it comes to Ryder Cup?
I'm ready to kick the shit out of all the Catcas. Let's go.
I love golf. Here we go. Question number 1. In what year was the first Ryder Cup held?
Oh, Jesus.
In what year was the first Ryder Cup held? And I am going to make this one closest to. I'm just saying that right now. Okay?
Sounds good to me.
Closest to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you guys are both going to be
Quite,
wrong.
quite ironic of you though to start out with a closest to question.
It's the only one that's closest
Yeah.
to. It's the
Okay.
only one. It's the only one. All right. Question number 2. The European team hosted the 2023 Ryder Cup. What country was it held in? What country? So it's a European country. That's the hint you get.
In what year?
Just this year. This
Okay.
past weekend was the Ryder Cup.
In what country?
In what country did they just play the Ryder Cup? And your only hint is that it's in Europe.
Yeah, I was gonna
'Cause it's
say,
European.
don't give us any other hints. It's not how the shit works.
Well, I just don't want you to guess like fucking Africa, because that's not what the Ryder Cup is.
It's not in Europe.
No.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
Parts of Africa are. Question number 3. Which player has appeared in the most Ryder Cup events as a player?
Oh my gosh.
And I will give you one hint here. He is an American player. And you both should know his name. All right. Question number 4. In the Ryder Cup, there are many different rules and things that they have to follow. And this is one of them. How many team golf cars is each team permitted to have during the Ryder Cup?
Team golf cars.
So they call them team golf cars,
So like
but they're golf carts. Like how many on-course golf carts? I'm only calling them golf cars because that's what they call it in their agreement. How many are they permitted to have during the Ryder Cup?
Team golf carts. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how many people are on a team.
I can tell you, there's 12 people on a team and
Oh.
a handful of captains.
And a handful of captains.
Yeah, like one captain, like 3 or 4 vice captains.
I don't,
whatever.
I don't know why you said that because that's going to greatly increase my guess.
Well, you got to get it right.
12 and a handful of captains.
Yeah. Figure it out. Question number 5. The 2025 and 2027 Ryder Cups will be held in New York and then in Ireland. In which U.S. state is the 2029 Ryder Cup going to be held? So the
In which
2029
US
Ryder
state?
Cup. Yep. So they alternate Europe, United States, Europe, United States. So it's just in Europe.
What time of the year is it in 2029? Do we know yet?
It's always this time of year.
It's always in the
late,
fall.
late September, early October.
Okay. See, I didn't even know that.
Wait, can you reread the question now?
No repeats.
So we just played in Italy. Okay.
Yep.
So we alternate every year, or every other year. We play it. This is a biennial event. So in 2025, it's going to be played in New York.
Yeah.
At the Bethpage Black Golf Course. In 2027, it'll be played at Adair Manor in Limerick, Ireland. In 2029, it'll be back in the United States. Which state will we be playing?
So before we move on,
Yes.
and you did not see me type anything, we can't see Amanda, but you did just give away one of the answers to one of your questions. And I did not change it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even catch it.
But I wrote down.
did I
but
say
I
it?
wrote down what you said. So I
thought I just said it
I want to
in
make that
Europe.
clear for the video. I want to make that clear for
Shit.
Tim. That
This is the problem when you guys ask too many questions is it gets out of hand.
I ain't. It's you CACA motherfuckers that ask all the questions.
All right. Are we good? Moving
Yeah.
on.
Regardless,
If you didn't catch it, I get Johnny's honesty.
you didn't see me,
I'm gonna see
change
it.
my answer. Okay.
Question number 1. Johnny's going to answer this one first. In what year was the first Ryder Cup held?
1908.
1908. Amanda?
1975.
Ooh, the correct answer is 1927.
So I'm closer.
So Johnny is closer.
Hell yeah, boy. Give
Yeah,
it to
boy.
me.
Damn it. Come on, Amanda.
What do you mean, damn it? No, I don't think the host can actively cheer for
All right,
somebody.
the European team hosted the 2023 Ryder Cup. What country was it held in? Amanda?
Italy.
I also put Italy.
All right.
And I that was the only one I
I didn't
actually
change
knew.
mine either.
I thought I was careful
Yeah,
when I
I
said
did know
that last
that.
bit. I thought I said Europe, but moving on. Okay. 2-1. Johnny's up. Question number 3. Which player has appeared in the most Ryder Cup events as a player? Johnny?
Phil Mickelson.
Amanda?
Ooh, I was going between him and Tiger Woods, and I went with Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods has appeared in 8 Ryder Cups. Phil Mickelson has appeared in 12.
That was my first guess, and then I
3 to
went back
1.
to Tiger.
3-1.
Let's
Good
go,
guess, though.
baby. Let's go.
Only Jim Furyk has played in more than Tiger, aside from Phil. He played in 9. Question number 4. How many team golf carts are each team permitted to have during the Ryder Cup? Amanda?
I put 0.
Oh, you did a fucking trick question, did you? I put 7.
7. Well, you had to get it on the dot because I didn't say close to. The answer is 6.
Damn it, I was gonna change it too.
So they're
I had
also
4
they're also
before I changed it to 0.
so they're limited to 6 carts. There's a predetermined route that they are allowed to ride on, and they can only access 9 of the holes.
Yeah.
Is like another stipulation, and the driver and or the cart, if it's found to be in violation of anything, can be booted for the whole week at any
Wow.
point. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like fucking watch out where you drive your goddamn golf cart. You get kicked out. All right. So what do we got? 3-1.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Going to the last question.
I already won.
You already won, but we're going to keep going anyways. The 2025 and 27 Ryder Cups are in New York and Ireland, but we're coming back in 2029 and playing where, Johnny?
I just put Vegas.
Vegas?
You did
Amanda?
say you did say state, but
Whatever, Nevada. It's wrong. Amanda?
it's wrong.
I put Wisconsin.
Amanda, 2029. We're going.
Okay, but I was gonna put Minnesota, but I thought
It's
that
Minnesota.
was 2025.
Fucking collusion.
I know.
I just said
No, I
2025 is in New York, 27's in Ireland, and then we come back
Oh,
home.
I thought it was a trick question. I was thinking it
Unreal.
was at
We watched the
Ableton
whole
next, and then Whistling
final.
Straits.
Hey, you
No.
want to know what? You two bickering and arguing with each other. It doesn't fucking matter because I
know it
own
doesn't matter.
the Catcas. That's why. I own them. I own you guys.
It's true. We're his bitches.
Oh shit, that's.
Do you guys
funny,
want to know
dude.
the tiebreaker?
Of course we do.
Yeah.
All right. How much money does each player on the winning team earn? For
0.
Each player.
How much money on the winning team? 0, man. Do you want to try again?
Go ahead, John. Just guess.
how much money does each player earn
Each player.
on the winning team? I don't know, $1 million.
The answer. So this would have been closest to. So Amanda would have got it because the answer is 0. Winners do not get paid to play in the Ryder Cup at all. This is a complete exhibition event. No one gets paid.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
How is that?
Yeah, we had that discussion yesterday.
However, what they do is every player, I think it's the winning team, gets $200,000 to donate to a charity or initiative of their choice. Or some shit like that.
But they're not compensated
They
at
get
all.
0 compensation for this. I think they get like flown over to Italy and their wives and shit get to come, but like
Yeah.
they don't get paid for it.
Who makes all the money? Because it obviously costs to go to it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So who's making the money?
I think it's the PGA and
So the
would it be the RNA? I don't know,
so
the Ryder Cup Association?
whatever golf association is already raking in money, right? Just asks professional golfers, do you want to put on a show for us for free? And we'll just collect all the bingo bongo.
Yeah, but I think that there's more. I mean, they make money off ad revenues, right? But
Yeah.
there's more. It costs a hell of a lot more than what they're raking in from like just ticket sales,
Yeah.
right? Like it's still a huge production. I mean, it's the biggest golf event in the world.
Someday you're gonna have to explain it to me because not a day in my life have I watched golf.
Well, evidently, Johnny, I don't have to explain a goddamn thing to you because you knew it better than Amanda. It's all right, babe. You can totally redeem yourself if you just, clean up a little bit around the house. Maybe light a candle. I'll be okay with that.
No, I'll just deal with it.
I'd rather just deal with it. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Queen Latifah
that's it for Who Knows It Better. Johnny is
falling down. Amanda.
the man.
Yeah.
So I got a text from your husband earlier
Yeah.
saying that Taylor Swift might be driving him crazy. And I have a hunch it has something to do with you and your guys' kids.
Yeah, Sadie's
That's why I
on
was
a
laying
Taylor
down in the
Swift
bed all
kick.
afternoon.
Sadie's doing what?
Yeah. It's all she wants to listen to are the same 2 Taylor Swift songs on repeat. And so we drove
what are
up to
What are the 2?
it's Karma
Karma.
and Antihero off of her Midnights album. But we drove up to Duluth to go watch Ty play football, and for a good hour we were listening to the same 2
The same.
on like a
Johnny,
loop.
read the text message I sent you.
You guys didn't listen to
I didn't tell Amanda I sent you this, but
you guys didn't listen
Yeah,
to
I have no idea what it is.
to a Bowski Bros podcast on the way up there? Wow. Unreal.
read the message I sent you.
From Tim. Dude, I'm in Taylor Swift hell right now. The girls haven't stopped playing her music for the past 2 weeks. It's nonstop. Morning, noon, and night. Yesterday on our way home from my parents, Amanda was singing a song in my ear, and I snapped on her. It won't stop.
Do you remember that, Amanda?
Is that why you've been so salty for the last 24 hours? Because my Taylor Swift. And it's not just me, it's your daughter. It's both of
I
them.
didn't blame just you. Yes, you were the one that I snapped at, though. You started singing that song in my ear, and I was just like, Amanda, I can't right now. Like, please.
Yeah.
Something other than Taylor fucking Swift. I love it. It's great. It's like that TikTok from The Bear. You watch The Bear? Mm-hmm. When he's like, honey, I'm sorry. Or, I love Taylor Swift too. I just needed a break. It's like, that's how I feel all the time.
I just needed a break.
I just needed a break.
I will say, I don't know that either one of you are Marvel fans. Probably not this deep. However, she was at the Sunday Night Football game, Jets and Chiefs, in attendance with Blake Lively, whose husband is Ryan Reynolds, also with Hugh Jackman and Sophie Turner. So as a Marvel fan, if people don't know, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are doing Deadpool 3 together. Sophie Turner is also an X-Men character hinting that she'll be in Deadpool 3. And there are rumors that Taylor Swift will be playing the Marvel character Dazzler in the new Deadpool
No
movie.
way.
Wouldn't that be something, Amanda?
You guys don't give a
No
shit.
way.
I do. I love Marvel. Remember, we just fucking talked like a couple months
Tell you a
ago.
Marvel movie.
Remember, I was asking you what order to watch them all in?
Yeah.
I've watched like 26 of them now.
You don't know who Dazzler is, though?
No.
She's a disco singing, rollerblading dancer.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even tell you what her superpowers are.
Her super period.
Her super period is.
She's just constantly menstruating. That's her superpower.
But that almost seems like a dead giveaway if you're with that group of people.
I loved that. I saw a tweet that said Jackson Mahomes is still making TikToks not in Taylor Swift's suite.
Did you guys see
That's pretty good.
Did you guys see the picture captured last night of like up above her? You know what I'm talking about. Up above her was Taylor and like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, and they're all like chatting and laughing. And then right below them is Brittany Mahomes just like staring at a chicken strip or something like that.
Yeah.
She looked like she was not having fun at all.
Bummer, poor girl.
Have you guys seen the one where it's what are the two ice skaters back in the day? Tanya Harding and man, what was the other one? It was the
I only
the fuck
remember
is her
Tanya
name?
Harding, but yeah.
It was her like skating by her.
Yeah.
It was Brittany Mahomes and Taylor Swift. Like
Oh,
she's
boy.
gonna fucking jack her. God, why can't I think of her name?
Poor girl, dude. The saga continues. Do you still love it, Amanda?
I still do.
Have you bought a Kelsey jersey yet?
No, I haven't, but Sophie's asked for one.
Nice.
Nancy
Tim,
Kerrigan.
I think
That's
got
what it was.
her. I knew you were looking it up. Every time.
He gets all
Got to prove a
quiet.
point.
Yep, he gets
I'm
all
not proving
quiet.
a point. I
He's
just need to
typing
know
it.
the answer.
No, you're proving a point.
Tim, when's that T-shirt arrive for Sophie?
Oh yeah, it's Sophia Taylor Swift Eras tour, but it's like Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Like I sent that to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It should be here in like a handful of days.
Where
I
those-
did not
where-
get the priority shipping.
Where are
so.
those Packer t-shirts you were going to bring up here?
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Unreal.
I ordered a Packer t-shirt and it's too small for me.
Well, not really sure when I'm going to see you again, so bummer. Crying shame.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week. I'll think about it. Okay, there we go. There's Who Knows It Better. There's me dominating the Catcas yet again. Amanda, actually, you can't get out.
We had
yet.
already moved on from Who Knows It Better. We talked about Taylor Swift. You just had to revisit that.
Of course I did. And
You're such an
I
asshole.
was going to let her go, but I can't let her go because her squad finally won a football game.
Who on the board? 1-3. Woo-hoo. Play the horn.
Hey, you guys lost this week too, so
You didn't lose. We're celebrating a victory for you, right?
We lost last
I know,
week
but
though.
you
You
just
lost this last
said-
weekend.
Are you
yeah.
the person who opens up a gift from somebody and you're like, nice case for my iPad, but I already have one? Are you one of those
No.
types of people? We're here trying to celebrate you, and the response we get is, "Oh, you guys lost." Yeah, we fucking know we
but
lost, Amanda.
You were
Good
like the
one.
way you were saying it though. It was like,
What?
oh, they're finally 1-3, so that's why I had to throw in the little
Maybe we were
thing.
just
Otherwise, I
celebrating
wouldn't
you.
have.
We're happy for you, babe. Imagine what do you think we would have said if you were 0-4? Aw, you're 0-4.
I don't know.
No, what we would have said was,
We would have done the same thing. No, we would have hit the sirens. You're 0-4.
Womp womp.
"No, Vikings got their win."
We did
On the back of
finally.
Harrison Smith. First player in
cum
NFL
on- He's
history.
got cum on his back. Oh,
14 or more tackles, 3 or more sacks, and at least an interception. First player in NFL history to do that. That's
Nice.
That's a game.
I like it.
That's a good
What a
game.
beast.
Hey, I texted the group yesterday, Amanda, when the Vikings defense recovered that fumble and ran it back for a touchdown to take the lead. I texted and I said, all it takes is one play to turn a season around. Just got to get that spark.
That was the one.
Yeah. Hey, they're making moves.
But the real
So a lot of work to do.
the real question is, though, are you going to be more into the Vikings play this upcoming weekend, or are you going to be into Taylor Swift if she is at US Bank Stadium?
Both.
That's not what I asked. I asked what you'll be more interested in, your squad or T Sweezy.
My squad.
Oh, true fan. Okay.
Liar.
Good.
Did I hear Sophie earlier today ask if we could get tickets to the game?
Oh my gosh.
No, you know what? I was looking through my emails and my employer still has tickets available in the suite down on the turf. And she's like, oh, great, let's go. And I'm like, yeah, it's $1,000 a ticket. So that's a no.
Well, what if she wants to just, she wasn't just gifting them?
Imagine paying $1,000 to go sit in a suite and watch the Vikings lose and not even see Taylor Swift. Like in the flesh.
Well, the
That would
$1,000 tickets, though, are the ones that are like on the turf. You know how they have those?
I know. That's what I said.
And the players
like
like
the
go
worst
up.
seats
Yeah.
in the world.
Still.
Or they have the club seats available too.
That stadium is such a dump.
I don't know that I'd ever
No,
pay
it's
$1,000
not.
for any sporting event.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Not even a concert. Like, I love Taylor Swift, but I would not spend $1,000 to go see her.
I love you, and I wouldn't pay $1,000 to go do anything with you.
It's not true. You guys have been on
I know.
vacation.
Vacations are different because I take that back.
I can't think of there's not a lot of things that I would spend $1,000 on for like a day.
Right. Like what would you possibly 50 lap dances? down at
the Rhino. Oh gosh. Nope, not even that. I don't even care if she smelled good. I still wouldn't.
Man, how much money would you do a lap dance for? Like for a stranger? Like what would it take?
I'm not answering that.
This is like the gateway to prostitution. We'll just cut her off right there.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, babe. Thanks for joining us tonight.
I mean, but for real, you got a dollar amount or just kidding. There you go, everybody. That is Queen Latifah joining us for Who Knows It Better in a little chat. Amanda, go get some sleep.
All right. Sounds good. Always a pleasure.
No doubt. Them cacas.
That just gets more sarcastic every time.
Yeah, no kidding. I love it. Okay, peace out. Good night.
All right. Bye.
All right, there you go, everybody. Thanks again, Queen Latifah, for joining us for Who Knows It Better. Are you getting to the point now where you're guessing who you think I'm going to introduce her as, or you just sit and ride along and you just can't wait to
I'm
find
just
out?
senting back and enjoying the ride.
You just can't wait.
I love the suspense. No, I'm not, because I know it's just like random for you.
Yeah.
So like the odds of you and I both thinking of the same random person.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're thinking like, oh, who have we talked about before? Like Bob Barker. Like these people
that's a good one.
are people that I like. Detlef Schrempf. Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
Never in a million years would I ever wrote his name down. Queen Latifah, probably the same.
Yeah.
Keep it coming, dude. Yeah, I'm not fucking guessing.
Reba McEntire, Indiana Pacers star legend, Detlef Schrempf, and now Queen Latifah.
And fucking Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, Nancy Pelosi.
Don't forget her. What a delight she was.
Man, no wonder I forgot about her. I don't know why I'd ever do that. I'm so glad she joined us.
Dinosaur.
Oh gosh. No, that I like having Amanda on. She's fun.
Bitch better have a candle burn when I get home. I'm just kidding. You're not bitch, honey. I love you.
Oh, no kidding.
Candle would be nice though.
Although I do keep wiping the floor with the two of you, so
Yeah.
we'll see. Maybe I can beat her down a couple more times.
Do you wanna wrestle later and see who the real
Shut the fuck up. No.
maybe play a game of one-on-one?
No, I
basketball?
don't. Yeah. You want to go play some pickup? How tall are you? 6'2"?
Yeah, like 6'2".
So you're like literally a foot taller than me.
Are you 5'2"?
I'm 5'3".
5'3". Okay.
Yeah.
So you're like, it's like a Subway foot long, taller than you.
You're
Not quite a
You're
foot,
a good
but
cold
like-
cut taller than me. You want to go play some pickup? You want to go play some basketball, bitch? We'll see who's better at that point. No, that was good. That was fun. Okay.
That's good. Ryder Cup, dude. I know you don't like golf, but like, I love golf.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know.
I don't know. Because you and Tony were texting the group chat this weekend talking about the Ryder Cup.
The only ones talking
The
about
only
Ryder
ones.
Cup.
I have never gotten into golf, and that's not to say I wouldn't get into golf, because typically once I understand a sport or understand an event and I understand how it operates, what the rules are, why people are doing what they're doing, I can get into just about anything.
Yeah.
Like if I know what's going on, so I just need to be educated on the Ryder Cup.
Well, the cool
Because
thing
apparently I
about the
found
Ryder
out
Cup,
nobody makes any fucking money. So
that was good.
Yeah.
Amanda, I can't believe she remembered that too. We did talk about that a little bit.
I know, I feel like an idiot.
So the reason that she knew about that is because there was one player on the Ryder Cup who refused to wear a hat. And the speculation was that he's not wearing it because he's not getting paid.
Oh,
That's why it was a huge story during the Ryder Cup, which ended up not being true, allegedly, whatever, not being true. But
Do you wanna know the honest truth as to not all of those questions, but the Italy question? The only reason I knew the Ryder Cup was in Italy this year is because, have you ever come across that chick on TikTok who never wears a bra but goes golfing all the time? No, goes golfing all the time, and it's always just like slow-mo drive swings or chips or whatever of her. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Is she blonde?
Yes.
Is her name Paige Spiranek?
It might be. I have no idea.
Yeah, okay.
I don't.
Go on.
Anyway,
Wait, your TikTok has like girls dressed in skimpy clothing golfing?
Easy.
Never seen that before.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about one of my friends' TikTok said I just came across it one day, and
I was on my kid's phone and I was on his TikTok.
blame it on your kid. No, anyway, I follow her on TikTok, and she was at the Ryder Cup.
Oh, okay. So what question do you think I thought that Amanda had an edge on?
The Phil Mickelson question.
I thought she was going to get the Minnesota one right.
Oh,
that one didn't.
You guys, I didn't even think
matter,
about that.
But
yeah, that was the colluded on question, because you guys are going to the Ryder Cup.
Well, I mean, it's freaking 6 years away, so it's like
Doesn't matter.
We want to go, but like
You're
we
already
talked about it.
You're already 2 point.
I think for her, she just like, I was hoping that she knew eventually we were gonna go.
Yeah.
I never said that, obviously, but like I was just frustrated. She didn't get that.
So it's in Minnesota. How are you go? So have you just verbally committed to going? Because obviously you can't buy tickets for a 2020.
Oh yeah, it'll be a ways out. Like, well, we'll find a way to get tickets.
What does that cost to go to an event like that? I'm assuming you've gone to golfing events before. I never have.
So like if you go to like the 3M Open in Blaine, which is like a smaller event compared to other events in the PGA, it's like $60.
Mm-hmm.
But for like the Ryder Cup, it'll probably be like, so when it was here in 2016, I think we paid like $150 a piece, maybe $125.
So it was
per
here
ticket.
Not that long ago.
It was here like it was here in 2016. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
So it was in the States not that long ago, and it was in Minnesota.
It's played every other year, and every other year they go back and forth between a European country and a state in the United States.
Yeah, but why Minnesota again?
I think it was a course that fit well for the American team, and it's one of those courses where like parking is an easy thing to figure out. Like getting people to and from there is pretty easy. It's easy to walk around there. Like there's some courses it'd be impossible. Like Whistling Straits is like a lakeside. It's on Lake Michigan, and that was where it was. I think last time it was in the United States. And like it's hard to like navigate the course. Like it's super fucking hilly, and you're on the water, and like the holes are close together, and it's not really like that at Hazeltine in Chaska. It's a little more spread out. But
how many people do you think attend? Like how long is it? Like is
How
it just
long
a
is the
week?
Ryder
Is it
Cup?
just a weekend?
yeah, it starts like on probably like a Tuesday or Wednesday with like practice rounds,
And then goes through like a Sunday.
and then they play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or like the actual matches.
Yeah. Are you looking up how many people attend?
I'm trying to do it so you don't think I'm doing it, but yeah, 50,000 people about
50,000
per day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. We can type and look stuff up. Thanks, Google.
Yeah. Thanks, Google.
50 per day, 50,000 per day.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what it was it said it was in Italy.
Damn,
So,
that's quite a few. It's a
fun event. I mean,
that's an economy draw for sure.
And it's, like a normal golf tournament, it's kind of tough because you got all these different people
Yeah.
playing for, the win, like 120 people or 100, whatever it is. But like in the Ryder Cup, it's the U.S. versus Europe. and that's it. Like you have your red, white, and blue, and it's fun. But yeah, so Ryder Cup.
Her name is, it's Grace Charis.
Oh yeah, I've seen her too.
Yeah, that's who it is.
I don't think she's that cute.
I don't know that I've ever seen her face.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. Okay. We are now going to head into just a totally awesome part of the show. We're going to go over our picks, but what we've been trying to do this year with weekly picks and Bro versus the Spread is have it all ready to go before we start the episode. So we can, as Tim said, expedite it for your listening pleasure. So we're gonna rifle through this and then make sure you stick around because we got a whole lot more to talk about involving beer and fans and faces and teeth and just a whole lot of good stuff. So take it away, Timmy. Weekly picks.
Let's blaze through this.
Oh my gosh, I got my housekeeping. You can participate in weekly picks. Just email bowskibros@gmail.com with your weekly winners before kickoff time, excluding Monday night, and the name of the boy on the podcast you would like to face. And if you are newer to the Bowski Bros and you have not yet heard Sam's voice, we have a guy on the pod named Sam who just has not been here yet this season, and he is one of the guys you can play. So either Tim, Johnny, or Sam with your weekly picks. And if you beat said guy that you choose, we will send you a gift card. So include your address as well. Our emailers this week, again, ton of them, but only one on the L Douchebag special is L Douchebag himself. And that cherry fucker lost. So
Cherry fucker.
I was trying to think of something. So he is now down to 20. Was up a 3 spot. Now he's down to 20. Brian, you suck. You suck.
Jackass.
You tried to play me and you lost. You know what? Let's see if you got some real balls. Play me again. You're going to hear my picks here in a second. Man the fuck up, and let's see if you can beat me this week, because I don't think you can. I'm going to bring you down to 10, bitch.
Nobody can beat you, Johnny.
Nobody.
Except Sam.
Fuck.
Sam did beat you last week.
Fuck.
Unfortunately. The good thing for us, though, so Brian the douche, that cherry fucker that he is.
Big old cherry fucker.
I don't know where that came from. He had 8 of his picks correct. Fortunately for us, we had no less than 9. So I had 9.
Elite football minds.
Elite. I had 9, Johnny had 9, and Sam is picking it up.
Wow.
He got 10.
Wow.
And one of his games last week, he selected to end in a tie.
Hey, good job, Sam, because I know you're listening to this. So good job.
Yeah. Bravo, Sam. If you're listening, Sam, request $20 from me on Venmo and I will send it to you.
Sam, if you are listening, you can request my league fee, which I haven't paid you yet, and I'll fucking double it and give it to you.
You still haven't paid.
I should say that I'm saying this on the pod right now. I'm not going to pay Sam our league fee until he requests it on Venmo and said, "I heard it, so pay it." That's what the memo line has to say. I heard it, so pay it.
And if you're one of the guys in our fantasy football league that listens to this, don't fucking tell him to listen. He has to do this on his own.
Actually, I was going to say they can tell him.
No, fuck that.
No, because we're going to find out which one of our guys are listening to this podcast.
Yeah, this is Game of Thrones shit here.
Yeah, exactly. So any of the guys in the Tippers League, you can tell Sam, hey, I heard on the pod, if you want Johnny's league fee, request it from him on Venmo and say, I heard it, so pay it.
And if no one listens to it by the end of tomorrow, they each owe us $1,000 each.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. We all agreed to it.
Yeah.
And you know what? This is democracy, so you and I are going to vote on it right now, John. Right now, are you for it? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All not in favor, say nay. There you go.
Yeah,
we voted on it.
in.
It has to be done.
There you go, Sammy boy. I heard it, so pay it. I'm not paying my league fee until I get that on Venmo request memo. Okay. Tim's going to rifle through our picks here. Pay attention. Pay attention for those of you that are playing along.
So picks for next week. We got first game Thursday night, Bears at the Redskins. We're all going with the Redskins. Next we got Jags at Bills. We're all going Bills. Texans at Falcons. Sam is with the Falcons, and Johnny and Tim are with the red hot Houston Texans. They're on the up and up. You can't disagree with that. Another team on the up and up, the Panthers. Just kidding. They're playing the Lions, and we're all taking the Lions. We got Titans at Colts. Sam is going with the Titans. Timmy and Johnny are going with the Colts. Of all the rookie quarterbacks, I know CJ Stroud has probably got the brightest future of what he's played so far. Anthony Richardson's fun to watch. He runs the ball. He's aggressive. He's electric.
He's solid.
It's
better than Bryce Young. He's more fun to watch than Bryce Young.
Yeah, that's true. It's more fun to watch than fucking whoever the Colts had before, Matt Ryan. All right. Next, we got Giants at Dolphins. Johnny and I are going with the Dolphins here, and Sam is taking the Giants. Kind of an interesting pick by Sam there. What do you think about that?
I think Sam just likes to be different every now and again.
Be different.
And
it's the fucking Dolphins, dude. I know they got kind of slapped last week against the Buffalo Bills, but
I can't explain why he would pick the Giants in that game.
That's a weird one, right?
I wish he was here so he could explain it.
Wouldn't it be nice? Okay.
I heard it, so pay it.
Sam with the Giants, Johnny and Tim with the Dolphins. Next, we got Saints at Patriots. Sam and Johnny are going Patriots, and I don't know why. You and I kind of sat here earlier and we're like, yeah, that is a weird one. Maybe.
It is odd.
Maybe.
You don't really know who to
You
pick.
don't really know. Saints have a pretty good defense. I'm going with the Saints. So I'm being different there. Next
Sorry, I was just checking the camera battery. That camera's going to go pretty soon.
Okay. Well, we're good. I don't think we need to make a TikTok with our picks.
No, you're good.
Okay. Next, we got Ravens at Steelers. We're all going to Ravens. Eagles at Rams. Johnny and I are going with the Eagles. Sam's taking the Rams. This is the one where I was like, I could see that. Another one I could see. And Sam was like, the Eagles got to
fall
lose
at some point.
They should have lost to the Commanders.
They should have.
I don't know why they went for the tie.
Go for the 2, baby.
Just take the 2. Just fucking end it. LaFleur probably would have gone for it.
I'll forever be a fan of it after beating the Saints.
I can swallow not getting a 2-point conversion, but I cannot swallow going into overtime and letting the other team get the ball and score a touchdown right away. That sucks. Yeah, fucking kick it. Or go for 2. So that was the Eagles game. Next, we got Bengals at Cardinals. You guys are both going Bengals. I'm with the Cardinals this week. I think the Bengals are struggling.
They are struggling.
The Bengals look fucking lost. I think they need to let Joe Burrow take a couple weeks off, regroup, go on vacation, do something.
Go to Disney.
Jamar Chase is open. He's wide open. You just see him say that?
Yeah, he's like,
I'm open.
No, he literally said, I'm always fucking open.
I'm always fucking open. So I'm going Cardinals there. Next, we got Jets at Broncos. Are we going to see Mile High City be taken over by Zach Wilson?
Zach Wilson's fucking somebody's mom. Zach Wilson almost beat the Chiefs, and if it wasn't for Taylor Swift and her newfound fandom of the Chiefs, I honestly believe the Jets would have won that game. So
it's so funny. Like, they're talking about that game, the Jets and the Chiefs. The Jets should have won that game. And it's like, if you're Taylor Swift, you probably think you've never watched football. If you're a Swiftie in general, like you've never watched football before, you probably think that like the Chiefs are kind of mid and Zach Wilson's like the best quarterback in the NFL. Don't you think? Like if you've only ever watched football the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. The NFL literally like updated their bio on Instagram, I think it was, and it said Swifties are 2-0 or something like that. I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you fucking actively cheering as an organization for the Chiefs?
Right. Probably.
So that's why.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I told you, and you'll get to it. But the Chiefs and Vikings. That's why I said until those two break up, I'm fucking picking the Chiefs till the end of time.
We're all going with the Broncos. Okay,
That's right.
We're all going with the Broncos. Sam, Johnny, and Tim. And the next game is, okay, the Chiefs and the Queens. So I asked you if Zach Wilson was going to take over Mile. I said he is. Taylor Swift going to be in Minneapolis next weekend for the game?
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Probably not.
3 weeks in a row.
Probably not.
Minneapolis is far less enticing than the city of New York. So
No kidding.
chances are, maybe not.
Where are they going to be spotted going out to eat?
In Minneapolis.
Yeah, Bubba Gump.
At the Mall of America. What is there in Minneapolis? Like,
I mean, there's some good restaurants. Like, I don't know many off the top of my head.
So I guess
you go to like Murray's Steakhouse. Like,
so like for me, my mind when I think of like fancy, like automatically goes to Fogo, but I don't make $740 million. So
there's a layer above Fogo.
that's that's what I'm saying is I don't know what the tier
I think
is
there's like
above
probably
that.
2 tiers above Fogo.
Above
like, Fogo's
Fogo.
great, but yeah.
Pittsburgh Blue.
No.
No. I don't know.
I mean, that's a decent steakhouse, but it's not.
I'm not in the tax bracket to know what's above Fogo. I'm probably not even
Johnny,
in the tax bracket
next
to
week,
eat at Fogo.
Next week, I will come with a whole directory of fancy restaurants in the Twin Cities
Good.
Well, I guess I should have done this week. Fuck. Then we could have recommended, because I know Taylor listens. So like she'd be like, oh yeah, we'll go where the Bowski Bros go.
Yeah, Taylor, we'll give you your recommendations on where you can get a gold foiled tomahawk, okay, in Minneapolis when you're here.
Or, just stop on by.
Yeah,
We'll throw some brats on
for
the
sure.
grill.
I'll start smoking a rack of ribs. Be good to go.
Oh, funny. Okay, so what do we got? Where are we at? Chiefs, Queens.
Yeah,
We're all going Chiefs.
solid.
Vikings aren't going to win that game.
Let's rip.
There's no way. And then, so that will probably be what will be America's game of the week, because Sunday night is definitely America's game of the week worthy. Cowboys 49ers.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's going to be the true test of who owns the NFC, right?
And yeah,
I mean, we're all going Niners.
I don't
think.
Is that the true test? I mean, the Eagles are undefeated.
Yeah, but the Eagles are kind of, I mean, like Sam said, they're going to lose a game.
Yeah.
I guess it's more of a test for the Niners
Yeah.
than the Cowboys. I'll give you that. Okay.
Yep.
If the Niners beat the Cowboys, then I think they proved that they're the best team.
I think they prove what we already assume, which is they're literally the best team in the NFL.
But for the Cowboys, does it prove that they're the best team in the NFL?
No.
So it's almost similar like what we were talking about with the Packers and the Lions. It's like
Yeah.
the Lions have to prove that they're up there.
The 49ers have more to prove.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. It'll be a good game. I mean, it's going to be...
Which seems surprising.
It's in San Francisco. We're all picking Niners. I think, part of it's because they're at home. I know the Cowboys are kind of banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see it's only a 3.5 point spread at this point. I'm sure it'll move quite a bit, but yeah, we're all going Niners. So those are picks for the week.
Immediately following picks, I call it our most electric segment of the podcast is Bro versus the Spread, which again is just like picks. The three of us pick a spread pick that we like, and I am doing terrible so far this season. We just go cumulative points throughout the season. Whoever sucks the most gets to pick first the following week, and it's me because holy shit, I'm down bad this season.
You are in last place.
Yeah.
So you do get to go first. But you didn't have the worst score of the week.
I'm still bad.
You didn't even have this. You actually had the best score of the week.
We all went nego.
Yeah.
Easy.
So you picked the Packers at +1. They lost by 14.
Yeah.
So you lose 13. I picked the Bengals at -2, and they got their asses handed to them. What was the final score of their game? They lost 27-3 to the Titans.
Oy.
So I went -26.
Yeah, it's rough.
Sam picked the Dolphins at +2.5, which I thought was a good pick. I thought that was a good pick.
Ooh.
The Bills fucking stomped them. That was talk about an ass beating.
They flipped the script from the week before.
They certainly, yeah. People were kind of doubting the Bills for a while there, but I think that was a big win for them.
Almost a 30-point spread.
Yeah, so Sam went negative 25.5. So I was the loser of the week. However,
I'm definitely the loser.
so far, so the person that picks first is the person that's cumulatively in last place.
Yeah, how negative am I?
So you are negative 48.5.
Oh, nice.
Sam is negative 25.5, and I'm still in the positive. I'm at 5.5.
Yeah, you had a pretty good game that got you there. So,
My first two games were really good for me.
so who's picking what this week, Timmy?
So you're first.
Yep.
So you went with the Houston Texans.
Let's go. They've
Plus
been putting up some
1.5
points.
against the, who are they playing, John? Falcons. So you got them at plus 1.5 against Falcons. Then we got Sam, who is taking the Ravens at 4.5, minus 4.5 over the Steelers. I get to pick last, so I kind of get to think about mine a little bit longer. I was back and forth between a few. Ultimately, I landed on the Buffalo Bills to cover minus 5.5 against the Jags.
It's a good pick.
Yeah, that's over in England again. So the Jags play 2 weeks in a row in England.
Are you serious?
Yep. Dead serious.
I did not know that.
Yep.
So that might give them a slight advantage
I think that's right. Now you have me guessing.
because they're not coming back, right?
Maybe. But they're also on the road.
Why would they come back? Yeah, you are right. International series, Jags.
Yeah.
It's technically a home game for the Bills, but it's 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting.
Maybe it's an advantage for them, but
If they stay
I don't
there.
know. These guys are they're not coming home.
Yeah.
You think they'd come home?
That's
Absolutely
what I just
not.
asked you, and you're like, oh, no, maybe.
Yeah. I guess I was looking up. This is the problem with Johnny. You ask me questions when I'm looking at something else, and I'm like, yeah,
so
sure.
you're just like that person in a loud room that just says, or just like laughs or something because they can't hear what the person
That's
is
how
saying.
I've gotten so far in my career. I just, yeah. Sure.
That's like
Sounds
Parks and Rec when Anna's doing the speed dating, and like the guy goes, so what do you do? And she just goes, yeah. and he's like, what? And she goes, oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. And he's like, so you just said yeah and laughed? That's exactly what that was like. There you go, bro versus the spread.
Sorry, I really am paying attention, dude. I lost track for 2 seconds.
Speaking of paying attention, did you see Amon-Ra's Lambeau Leap on Thursday night?
Yeah. That, first of all, way too much blue at Lambeau Field. Way too much blue.
Yeah.
There must have been a lot of season ticket holders that sold their tickets because the Lions returned a good portion of tickets to the Packers, you know, for the game. That was a lot of fucking blue, more than I've seen in my lifetime, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a season ticket holder or you're selling tickets online through a third party, don't. Sell them to Packer fans. Make sure that we have home
Don't be a
games
bitch.
that are actually
Useful.
an advantage.
Yeah.
That was annoying. But yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown scores a touchdown on Thursday night in Lambeau Field and does a Lambeau leap. He did jump into Lions fans.
Surrounded by Packer fans.
However, behind them were many angry, probably drunk Packer fans. Maybe.
It's probably Jody.
You ever been to Lambeau Field?
I have.
Do you drink when you go there?
Yup. I walked in with an entire fucking 12-pack of Bush in my bibs.
Do you get upset when you are absolutely obliterated drunk? Do you get upset over like pouring a can of beer out?
Do I get upset?
Like, is that like, a waste of a beer?
I don't know if I'm absolutely obliterated that it would bother me.
Because when I watched that game, that was what I was upset about.
Was beer being dumped
I'm
out?
like, dude, fucking finish that. Drink it. What are you doing? That's like $17. Not that much.
Maybe, unless he brought it in the pockets of his bibs.
So you do Lambeau Leap on the road
Yeah.
as the away team in Lambeau Field. I mean, you kind of have it coming.
Yeah, so what you're referring to, obviously, is Amon-Ra St. Brown getting an entire beer dumped on his head. Yeah. You do have it coming. You absolutely 100% deserve it. Do I feel bad for him at all? No. Do I feel bad for the Lions fans getting beer dumped on them as well? I don't know. Because I ultimately no. But watching it sitting at home dry and not full of beer, I laughed and thought
Lions
it was funny.
fans have far worse things that have happened to them and are going to continue to happen to them.
Yeah.
They're probably whatever.
I think what would have bothered me more. My wife is calling me. Should we answer?
No.
You don't want to hear?
We're almost done.
Okay. All right.
Let's just get it to
So I think what would have bothered me probably was if there were kids, like Lion Van kids that were sitting in the front row.
Yeah.
That's probably the only thing where I would have been like, nah, okay, come on, man. But seeing that it was all adults and he dove into adult Lion fans, I thought it was funny as shit that the Packer fan just takes the opportunity to reach over and just dump beer all over all of them.
You go to Lambeau Field, deal with it. All the people that called Packer fans classless and whatever, you know what? Fuck you. At least we didn't kill anyone, right? Like that fucking Dolphins fan. Was it a Dolphins fan who got in a fight or got beat up at a Jets game or Patriots or something like that and he ended up dying?
For real?
Yeah, like this year. Look that shit up.
Yeah.
That's fucking gross. Don't call us classless.
It's
a fucking beer.
If you like that stuff.
If you
look it
that
up.
kind of stuff. Okay, that guy died, Johnny. That's
Okay. All right.
All right, so that's all I got football related. You got anything else?
I don't have anything else personally.
Okay.
You good?
I'm good.
You ready to rip and rock?
I'm ready to rip and rock.
Okay. There you go, everybody. That's what? Week 4?
On to week 5.
Going into week 5, baby. Then we get a bye week.
Oh, we didn't even talk about it. Monday night.
That's right.
Packers Raiders. How did we not fucking talk about
baby.
that?
Go Pack, go, baby. No, you are absolutely right. And we're going to fucking dominate them, okay? Doesn't matter. And we're going to be here recording it, when the game is happening.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Probably not. We'll see.
You know what? Next week's episode might be a day late because Tim and I are going to be watching a Packers game on Monday Night Football. We'll get to it when we get to it. Peace out. Go Pack, go, bitch.
Go Pack, go.